Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Michelangelo and Raphael SH Figuarts figures from Tamashii Nations. So these two have been out for a little bit, with Raphael being the most recent release in this line, but I finally just got my Raphael. And since I reviewed Donatello and Leonardo way back when they first came out, I didn't want to go without just reviewing the rest of the team here. I've been very excited to get these finally in hand and open them up, so hopefully you guys are cool even if you've already got these to check out this video, because here we go. As you can see, they come in the same style window boxes we got with the Donnie and Leo figures, of course with the differences being the colors at the bottom matching the Turtles' signature bandana. So orange there, red there. Great images of the figures on the lower left portion of the box. You got this great kind of sewer deco behind them there with a window that fully showcases the figures. And as you rotate these around to the back side, you got a couple different images there that show you some of the different poses and accessories you've got going on here. Also letting you know we got the cool die-cast metal parts, which if you've got the other ones, you know how great that is on these. But if not, hey, I'm about to open these guys up right now and take a closer look at them. So here we go. Alright, here we go. Mikey and Raph outside of the packaging. Let's start with the scale, shall we? You can see each of the figures are just shy of being a full 6 inches tall. Really great scale here. And as we've got Mikey and Raph both standing side by side, you'll notice that the figures themselves are pretty much identical. With the heads that I've got on there, it's the same sculpt, the bodies are shared. The only differences, of course, are the belts, with the initials being different on there, and of course the colors of their bandanas. Now this is the same across the board with Leo and Donatello as well, and you know, that's okay, because if this is based on that original animation, they all looked pretty much exactly the same on there as well. However, these guys do come with a ton of accessories, which is going to help you differentiate all of the turtles from one another, including alternate heads. So, before we get into looking at all the separate parts, let's go ahead and run down the overall look of these guys and the articulation and such. You will notice that the paint deco is nice and vibrant on these. I love how clean it is. Everything looks very crisp. The greens do appear to be about the same color on all of the skin tones, but of course you got the very bright orange and red seen on all of the wraps and the pads and the bandanas. The brown of the belt is a nice kind of flat brown with the little emblem on the belt buckle, with the initial being a bit of a metallic silver. You can see the way it's kind of shining under my light there. The turtle shells look really nice. Again, great kind of a flat paint deco, but it's all very clean. I just love how nice and straight all of the paint looks on these guys. So they look great, and they definitely look like they jumped right out of the animation with the way that the figures were stylized. I like that quite a bit. Now on the packaging, it did mention that there were some die-cast metal parts. The way that works on these figures is from the shins down to the feet. This part right here is all die-cast metal, while the rest of the figures are plastic. I really love the way they did that, because you can't really even notice when looking at them. The color of the skin matches up pretty perfectly, especially to the naked eye. You really can't tell the difference. And what's really nice about that is it's a functional die-cast metal. The reason they put that on there is to balance the figures. You can see these guys are standing here, and they have no problem standing whatsoever. And this is going to be great for posing the figures around, because you're not going to have to worry about any balance problems. These guys really hold their poses very nicely due to the weight of the die-cast metal. So I thought that was a really cool design choice. So if we focus on the articulation, if you're familiar with SH Figuarts, or like I said, you've already seen my Leo or Donnie reviews, you pretty much know what to expect here. That head is ball jointed, so it allows you to roll it all the way around at the top of the neck. It's also articulated at the bottom of the neck, so you can see great range of motion in the head. You got the nice ball joints at the shoulders, as well as those joints kind of in the lats, so you can see the way the arms move up and down, as well as like in and out. You can see great range of motion there. You can really see all of that articulation worked into the back of the shoulders there. You do also have swivels at the bicep. You got great double joints at the elbows that are nice and hidden by the elbow pads there. So you can swivel that all the way around. Great range of motion there. And then you do have the ball joints at the wrists as well. We are also jointed at the torso, which is awesome. The shell pieces on the front and the back, you can see they are separate pieces, but they are not designed to be removed. But the reason they're flexible is so that you can actually articulate the figures at the torso and the waist there. I mean, this is probably the first time I think I've ever seen turtle figures that are really articulated in these spots, because normally they're very solid on the action figures because of the sculpt of the shells. So I really love that. We actually can kind of turn these guys and rock them around at the waist. Now, they are still hindered a little bit in the torso because of the shell, but the articulation point is there and it can be used, so that's pretty sweet. You got really great double joints in the knees, just like with the elbows, and you can see that pad kind of hides that really well, so that's very, very cool. And then you can also rotate the ankle joint there, so the feet can swivel all the way around. They can move up and down with a great range of motion there, and you can even articulate the toes. So I love the articulation on these guys. It's going to allow you for some really great poses, and that die-cast metal, like I said, keeps them balanced. But what's even better is when we start mixing and matching all of the parts for these guys, so we can come up with our desired poses. So I'm going to move Raph out of the way first, and we're going to focus a little bit here on Mikey and his accessories. So first up, we have one interchangeable head. If we want to swap out the head, it's very easy to pop the head right off that joint there, and then you're also going to want to pop the back of the bandana off because it's shared for the second head. We can easily then take the alternate head, give it a nice press right there on the joint. We can attach that bandana, and now we have a more happy Michelangelo. Now, this is supposed to be a little more cartoon accurate or more capture the characteristics of Michelangelo. I will say that I'm not completely in love with this head sculpt. It actually looks to me like he's a bit more confused than he is a party dude. And I don't know if it's because of the eye. Like, the eye really seems to be bulging out here on the left. I don't know. Personal preference, I guess. Like I said, he just looks a little more concerned or confused than happy. But it does still add some more emotion to the figure. So you can put that on there to really kind of change up the overall look of the figure. One thing that I thought was really cool as we start talking about the weapons is the belt has the ability to also be swapped out for a piece that can hold on to the weapons. They come with just the straight across belt, but if you want to, you can easily just pull that off. You can see just little pegs there that will hold the belt in place, and instead we can pop on this version of the belt, which now has holders for Mikey's nunchucks. So, of course, we do come with a few pairs of Mikey's nunchucks, and you can store those on the back there, just like that, you can see, and you can holster them there if that's what you want to do. Now, he does come with several interchangeable hands. You'll notice that the hands I have on there right now are the gripping hands, which are going to be great for his weapons. In addition to that, he comes with 2 closed fists, 2 hands that are slightly open, and 2 hands that are all the way open. So all of these can be swapped out just by tugging on the hand there. Give it a nice good tug, pulls it right off the little ball joint, and then you can easily just swap the new hand on by popping it right on the joint there. This is going to allow you to mix and match parts, again, for the combination of using the weapons or whatever you want to do, just to come up with some very cool different poses. So let's go ahead and now jump back to those weapons. Of course, Michelangelo's signature weapon is the nunchucks. And Mikey actually comes with 4 nunchucks. The first 2 have real metal chains, and it's always nice seeing some very cool nunchucks with a Mikey figure that's got metal chains. The gripping hands are perfect for these. You can see they get a nice tight grip on the weapons, which I really, really love. And the weapons are also very nicely decoed and painted there with great sculpts, so that way you can pose Mikey holding on to the weapons with the real chains if you want. But if you want some more action poses, even though I love real chains on nunchucks, action poses are hard to pull off with those. What's really cool about that is SH Figuarts included these really cool molded chain nunchucks that are specifically meant for poses in action shots. So we can easily pop these in his hands here just like this. Again, great grip on there, so he can really hold on to those and get a good hold. And these are going to be perfect for making it look like Mikey is swinging those nunchucks into battle. Now, I do always kind of like it too when figures of Mikey include the little swirling effect to make it look like he's spinning his nunchucks, and that effect is not included with this particular figure. That is my only little minor gripe, and it's not really even a gripe. I just kind of wish that was also included as an option. But I gotta say, I do still love these molded nunchuck weapons because they look really cool when you can find some different poses for them. Lastly, the comes with this really cool little turtle grapple hook, and I love this. It's such a cool looking weapon. I just think that's the design is very cool with the little turtle shell there. Great paint deco. The little hooks are a nice metallic silver, and there's a real string on there that is hooked to this little latch on the bottom piece there. These are really great for the kind of loose gripping hands. You can kind of wrap it around his hands and get Mikey holding on to that extra weapon. So pretty cool stuff there. Alright, so that's going to bring us over to Raphael, who also has his own interchangeable head, which is kind of this yelling head. Raphael is ready for battle, so we can easily, again, swap the head out, pull that little bandana off, pop the new head on the ball joint, and pop the little bandana right back through the peg there, and now we've got a completely new look for Raphael. I do like this head sculpt quite a bit. I do like this actually better than Mikey's alternate head sculpt, but that makes for a very cool looking Raphael figure. I love that. Much more animated, much more cartoon-like. Again, just like with Mikey, you can pull the back of the belt off there, and you can attach this extra piece, which has got holsters for his size. So if you want to place Raph's size right there on his back, you can do that. And I've got him with the gripping hands already. Just like with Mikey, he comes with all those interchangeable hands, the exact same ones. Open hands, closed fists, and slight gripping hands. So if you want to pop those off, just like I showed you with Mikey, you can swap those on there. So Raph does get a nice solid hold on his size, and you can see that the sides are also decoed very nicely. I love kind of the metallic silver used for the blades. Good grip there. Now, he does not have any hands that put the fingers through the little prongs on the sides. I always like that pose with Raph. You can't do that with this one. It does look a little cooler if you kind of pose him holding onto the sides a little backwards like that. You can get some fun poses out of him that way as well. But still, he's great to pose around and get some different shots with. Now, he, of course, also comes with his own extra accessory. Every turtle in this line comes with their own unique accessories. So Raph comes with some extra weapons. He's got the classic ninja star, which is, gosh, that's got to come with like every Turtles figure somewhere has of a ninja star, right? So he's got one of those. He's also got the little single-bladed weapon. These are fun. They're nicely sculpted. They have great paint. They're solid. He can hold onto them just fine. They're just the kind of weapon that I'm probably never going to pose with this figure. I'm always going to use this size. But still cool, nonetheless, to get some extra weapons. All right, guys, it's comparison time. Just for fun, let's stand these guys alongside some of the other Raphael and Mikey figures in the lines that have come out before. Here they are next to the Toon Turtles from the original Playmates line that are also supposed to be based on that original cartoon series. And here they are alongside the Classic Collection Turtles, most recently released by Playmates Toys. Also, those are supposed to be based on the cartoon series, but holy cow, look at the difference between those and these new ones from SH Figuarts. And then just for fun, here they are standing alongside the NECA arcade game Turtles, because those also have a bit of a cartoon flair to them, and they look great. I mean, I love both of these sets of figures very much. So there you go, my friends. There is a look at Raphael and Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles SH Figuarts line from Tamashii Nations. I really like these turtles quite a bit. I think it's a great set. And when you put all of them together, you get Leo and Donnie in there, it completes that team, and it definitely makes the best looking figures based on the original cartoon that we have received to date. The extra accessories are awesome, and while I still don't love the alternate head for Mikey, I think that's my one biggest nitpick out of all four turtles, I still love this group. It makes for a striking set of figures to have on your shelf, and completing that team is a must. Now, the downside of that is these are a bit pricey. If you've ever picked up SH Figuarts figures before, you will know that they're going to run you about $50 a figure. But if you're willing to spend the price, you can pick these up at online stores now that carry Tamashii Nations product, and I would highly recommend it if you are a huge collector for turtles. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on one of my Turtles reviews. Until next time, my friends.